So good day everyone. Uncle Varun again today with story time, right? Now we back out to work and stuff, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna continue with story time, right? Now the name of Sir's story is today The Emperor's New Clothes, right? By our author Miss Katherine Sully and by our illustrator Miss Deborah Allwright. Right? Now, the Emperor's New Clothes. Once there was an emperor who was very proud of how he looked. More than anything, he loved new clothes. He brought the finest silk and satin, velvet and lace, and he kept the royal tailors busy day and night. So the emperor wanted to look nice every day. He liked very nice clothes. He was very proud of how he looked. They even made matching outfits for the emperor's little dog. The royal closets were overflowing. Every morning the emperor would admire himself in the mirror and say, "Aren't I the best dressed emperor in the whole wide world?" So he boasting about he's looking very sharp every day in the mirror. No matter what they really thought, everyone around him would bow and say, "Yes, Your Majesty, you are." Every year the emperor led a royal parade through the city wearing his best clothes. But one year he decided that even his best clothes would not do so. So he wanted better clothes every year. This year he told his tailors, "I want to wear an outfit so splendid no one will ever forget." So he wanted to get an outfit what no one will ever forget. It must be the best outfit. The tailors worked day and night making the best clothes they could fashion. They brought the emperor piles and piles of new clothes to try on, but nothing pleased him. So none of the clothes the tailors and them brought for him pleased him. He wanted the best clothes. "These clothes are much too ordinary," he said. "I don't want that kind of clothes. I want outstanding clothes to make me look splendid. I must have something and much more magnificent," the emperor said. The tailors kept trying, but the emperor was still not happy. At last, he told his chief minister, "Find me some new tailors who can make truly magnificent clothes." The chief minister set out at once. As he walked to the marketplace, he overheard two men talking to well-dressed people. "We are the best tailors in the land," the first man was saying. "Yes," the others agreed. "We make clothes so fine that no one in the whole world has ever seen anything like them." The chief minister rushed over. "You must come with me to the emperor's palace," he told the tailors. The chief minister brought the two tailors to the emperor. "Can you make clothes that are truly magnificent?" the emperor asked them. "Oh yes, Your Majesty. When people see your clothes, they never forget them." "What is so special about your clothes?" asked the emperor. "They are made from rare and wonderful cloth," the first tailor explained, "and only we know how to weave it." "That sounds perfect," the emperor said. He gave the tailors a bag of gold and promised them more when the clothes were finished. The tailors were given their own workshop where no one would disturb them. They quickly went to work. A few days later, the chief minister came to see how they were doing. The tailors seemed to be very busy, but the chief minister could not see any cloth. So, I wonder what they were doing. Our cloth is very fine and delicate, the first tailor explained. So, see how it shimmers in the light? Only a fool cannot see this beautiful cloth, the second tailor said. The chief minister did not want the tailors to think that he was a fool. So he said, yes, it is very beautiful indeed. The tailors pretended to snip off a piece of cloth, then carefully folded it up. They handed it to the chief minister, who took it straight to the emperor. Only a fool cannot see this wonderful cloth, said the chief minister, handing the invisible cloth to the emperor. So the cloth invisible. The emperor did not want anyone to think he was a fool. So he quickly said, yes, it is the most beautiful cloth I've ever seen. But the cloth is invisible. Give the tailors more money and tell them to work more quickly, the emperor said. A week later, the chief minister went to see the tailors again. They seemed to be hard at working, cutting, pinning their invisible cloth. What do you think of the cloth we are making? Asked the tailor. Only a fool would not be able to see how beautiful it is, said the second tailor, because he did not want to look like a fool. The minister replied, it is the most splendid cloak I've ever seen. I am sure the emperor will be pleased. So, it's invisible. At last, the day of the parade arrived. The emperor eagerly went to his dressing room. When the tailors were waiting, very carefully the tailors helped the emperor put on his wonderful new clothes. Of course, the emperor could not see any clothes at all. But he didn't want the tailors to think he was a fool, he said. These are the most magnificent clothes I've ever worn. But the cloth is invisible, right? Smiling, he admired himself in the mirror. Wearing nothing at all, the emperor made his way down to the grand staircase to the great hall and out to the palace courtyard. Everyone bowed as the emperor passed. No one will notice that he wasn't wearing any clothes at all. The parade made his way through the city. Crowds of people stood in the streets, cheering and clapping, waiting. They were clapping to see the emperor appear. When they saw the emperor, at last they could not believe their eyes. The people began to whisper to one another, but no one had the courage to say anything out loud. Our little boy and his little sister made their way to the front of the crowd. So our little boy and his sister went to the front, and as soon as they saw the emperor, they began to laugh and point at him. Look, the emperor has no clothes on. The little boy laughed. And everyone, even the emperor himself, knew it was true. Filled with shame, the emperor made his way back to the palace to get dressed. I have been very foolish, he said to the chief minister. How can I be so foolish? If my appearance had not been so important to me, I would never have let myself be cheated by those two tailors. I will never be so vain about my clothes again. He was so true to his word. He was as much happier emperor from that day on. The end. So,
Positive.
so in the story, the emperor was too proud of himself and he wanted to always wear new clothes. Alright? Until tailors tricked him into believing that the clothes were invisible. The cloth was invisible, right? And he was true to his word and he was much happier in the emperor from that day. So, never to feel that you are too proud, and not because of your appearance people will judge you. Okay? So, that's it for story time for today. And the name of the story was The Emperor's New Clothes, right? So, the moral of this story is not because of your appearance people will judge you, right? So the emperor learned that lesson from today. Alright? So my name is Varun Pudan. I'm the Senior Library Assistant 2 at the Sangagani Public Library, better known as Uncle Varun. Alright?